there's a CVE disclosure, right? Somebody says, hey, I have this vulnerability in my software. Please, and ideally, they also have a patch, and they say, please patch this with this patch. Now, what happens after that? People that usually lurk on the dark web, what they do is they start illegally scanning for vulnerable systems that are facing the internet, and they're vulnerable with that particular CVE, right? When that happens and they find something, they start a chatter on the forums, right? Somebody scanning is finding a lot of open potential victims and so on. Then somebody does a proof of concept and they try to exploit that particular code. Then they access via the exploitation to the customers that the potential targets that they found through the illicit scanning. Then they use well-performing vulnerabilities in ransomware or just malware code. Then they sell, and this is the part that is super important, they sell or they advertise this particular new malware or ransomware attempt versus this CVE disclosure that we're just talking about here. They sell it on the marketplace. So basically, this is an initial access brokerage type of approach. Now, after this, a ransomware or a data breach occurs, right? And when it occurs, it does a lot of things, including an exfiltration, right? So now, aside of this entire flow happening, you also have an exfiltration here. Let's see what happens with this exfiltration, right? So let's take data breach and exfiltration, and let's move to a next chart. So now we have a data breach occurring, a cyber incident, right? Now, out of that exfiltration that we just talked about, there's something called a combo list. What does a combo list mean? Basically, they take a lot of information that they obtain versus the exfiltration, and they just make some compiled lists, and they sell it for a price on the dark web. Then that list is checked by an account checker service. So after that, they filter it and they go into account shops and sell the information. So see how it happens from a CVE. You got a breach happened once, exfiltrated data. This has been filtered and sold on the dark web for another breach to happen, and so on and so forth. So guys, the idea with this is the following. Cybercrime is a business, and not just any business, it's a very lucrative business. They're looking at this no longer from a personal or aggressive perspective. They just want to make money, and they're here to stay.